Today I'd like to provide a service, a sort of, grief counselling session, or group therapy if you like, for those of us who are suffering today with a bit of sort of slightly a bit racing related depression. Like mums sometimes get depressed when they've given birth. We racing fans, we get depressed when Le Mans has been here because we know there'll be another year until the next one, and it's all very sad. So today I thought I'd take a look on a track that was very recently released for rFactor 2 called Le Grand Circuit 1967. It doesn't sound as fancy when I don't know the French for 1967. This is a version of Le Mans from 1967. I'm driving the House on Group 4. I am cheating just a little bit here because I have actually loaded up a different version of it, available in the tuning menu from 1968. So there's a bit of cheating going on there, but it has a bit less horsepower. It's got a bit wider tyres, so it's just a bit easier to control, I hope. I will also go in here, we'll wait with tuning any of the gear settings. We'll go into suspension, because what I want to do is I want to go in here and find tyres. Do we have tyre pressures anywhere? There we go. I want to drop this just a little bit here, not terribly much over here. I just want to increase the contact patch a little bit because I know this car is going to be nigh on impossible to drive. This should do the job. However, let's just make sure here that yes, everything does indeed look okay. So let's head out here. Okay, it is working. I just need to tune the audio. There we go. Oh, that's nice. That is a good sounding race car. Headlights on. Got it in gear. We're pulling out here. Let's just make sure that the headlights is on. Oh dear. We're doing it like this. Got it. Oh, pit speed limiter is not available in this vehicle. Got it. Oh dear. I got out of the pit lane there, didn't I? What's the pit speed limit? I would like it if it told me what the pit speed limit is. Okay, they're closing in behind me. But you're going to just have to accept that I'm very slow here, please. I'm doing 50 miles an hour. I feel like that's far too quick. Are we out of the pit lane now? Is he going for an overtake? There we go. So we're coming up here into Dunlop Corner. Right over here. There is a chicane here now, which wasn't there at the time. That should say Dunlop. It doesn't due to licensing issues. Coming down here, there's a few S's. What you see here is, I'm cocking this up already. What you saw there was the entrance to the Bugatti circuit, a much shorter circuit that was built, I think, early 60s. Coming through Forest S's there, coming up towards Tete Rouge. Down here we go. This is leaving the permanent track, coming out onto the public road out here, and this is where Alan Simonson was killed, rather tragically, in 2016. And my car's off here for some reason, don't know why. Go on here. As you can see, 1967, no track barriers over here, nothing. We don't have any of the Mulsanne chicanes either. This is absolute madness. I mean, it's brilliant, but it's ridiculously dangerous, this. Look at this. Yeah, we got poles over there, but we put some barrels over there. It's okay. No, it's not. It's dangerous and stupid. Hang on, we only got 4 gears, so I don't want to go any higher than this. And we're pulling along here very nicely indeed. We're using the slipstream of the guy in front of us to sort of drag along here, and we are actually dragging on, blasting down the Mulsanne. In 1989, they were actually mandated by the FIA to put in chicanes on the straightaway here. Or rather they weren't, but the rules were changed, forcing them to only have a straight maximum of 2 kilometres. So you couldn't actually run this straight. Very unfortunate, I have to say. Speed stick reached 400 kilometres an hour. But we're coming down here to the Mulsanne corner, and I'm off. Oh, I've controlled it. This was also changed. I don't remember when. There's now I've crashed here, but I'll deal with that. There's now a roundabout put in here, so the pits were put in down here where that road is. That little access road there is where the circuit now comes down. And now we're heading down towards Indianapolis. Down here, there's a golf course in here. Last thing down here, we've got a couple of kinks. This is public road as well. There has been a few changes to that. I'll talk about it over a couple of laps because first of all I've got to drive and it's very difficult to also talk. But we're blasting down here. These kinks are fantastic. I think what we're coming into here is a kink towards Indy. We got a yellow flag out. I'm drifting. Yeah, okay, so here's Indy coming down here. Cars off at Indy. Lovely. Oh, look at that. Look how close. That just had a sandbank there. Now we've got a runoff area and all of that. God, we really are pussies in modern day, aren't we? Down here, this part is also a part of the permanent track. Or rather, close off to the public, they put in a roundabout. I think before last year's race, I want to say, before or after last year's race, they had to divert traffic away from that section to Arnage. So facilitate a roundabout due to, well, real world crashing. Apparently that was an accident black spot. But coming up here is where the Porsche curves would be to our right hand side, but we don't have them here. What we have is the public road, which is still available. There's a roundabout there now. We're blasting down here towards, that must be Maison Blanche over there. That's what's called White House in English. I expected that to be bigger actually, but maybe it's just that size. So back then, they ran full public road here. They don't even have the full chicanes. That came 1969 or 1968, around that time they put in the full chicanes to slow down cars, because you know, the pit area is right over there. It's very dangerous, this. I mean, motorsport was really terrifying back then. People died all the time, and this explains why. We come here. Oh my word! That car's gone crash. Oh dear! I'm coming hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. I'm hot. I've crashed. I've burned. I've caught fire now. Oh, but we got a drag race now. Us crashes. We're drag racing down here towards Forest Esses. Don't know why I went into first. Absolutely no need for first. This with about 100 less horsepower. Wider tyres, just drop the tyre pressure as well. It's a lot easier to drive. Oh, second is nice. Second is nice. Second is nice. I've gone off here. Right, that's it. Let's try and do this again then. Okay. Speed limit. Pit speed limit is 460 kilometers an hour. I doubt that's correct. And here we go. I'll try and talk about something else on this lap over here. You do need to spend a couple of laps to talk about this. We had a massive shunt coming up here this year. I mean, huge shunt. What it seemed like, it was with one of the Toyotas. And, oh, hang on, I've got a problem. It really is amazing, though, to look at this and think that this is how we went racing back in the day. We really are a bunch of pussies in modern day. I mean, this was accepted back then as being very safe. In some ways, being pussies is very good because it means lots of fewer people are dying. But really, this is just spectacular. Modern day racing is very spectacular, but this, I mean, this is just in a different league of spectacularity. The sheer amount of bravery that was required to drive one of these cars, just fast, not competitively, but just fast around these places, is spectacular. And to do this for 24 hours, what is going on? There's something quite clearly wrong there. I'm massively overshooting that, ain't I? Café du Vitesse Chamonix, but we can pop out here. It's not showing us having any damage. I'll just see here if the wheel is straight and true. It is. They built race cars very tough back then. None of this carbon fibre malarkey. It's all very tough indeed. So we'll keep it on here. This is spectacular. Absolutely incredible to see this kind of stuff on these roads. It also really puts into perspective how wide this feels compared to modern day where they have barriers lined out here. I mean, this feels a lot wider than it is today. Again, with the barriers over here, even though they've also extended the track with tarmac. I wouldn't say runoff because, you know, with the barriers being that close, it really isn't runoff. It's just a bit of a tarmac patch alongside the road between the track and the guardrail, which makes the track look very wide. But you see this and you go, this is even wider. But you know you can't go out of there because you'll have a massive accident. This is, this is the kink just after the second chicane. And now we're coming up here towards the crest, coming down. I'll brake now. I've cocked it, I'm dead. Oh yeah, I'm dead. Right. I'll keep doing this because it's Le Mans and I love it very much. So here we go, coming up towards Dunlop. We've seen this section many a times. I'm drifting through the corners. Down underneath the Dunlop Bridge. Brake. Into second. Oh, this is good, this is good, this is good. Oh, we got a bloke coming up from behind. Well, go through, mate, go on. Why am I waving? He can't see me waving. Go on, mate, go on. I'm lifting off for you. Come on, you dick. I'm beginning to think this is the first corner, but I'm really not tempted to do it. By the way, notice how you can't really track extend on this layout due to the fact that there's no tarmac anywhere apart from where they want you to drive. Somehow I feel that this is a lot safer than having all the runoff tarmac that we see in modern race circuits. But that's a rant for another day entirely. Last thing down here, it's very weird. You can actually go on Street View and look at the current Le Mans circuit. There's an Audi dealer over here, and further down there's like a building materials trader. Oh, you absolute cunt bucket! He just moved over into me. Fuck you, man. Jog on, mate. So this must be down here just after this house where they built the second chicane right here. As you come out of it, sort of up this hill, or maybe around here-ish. Because you come out here and you take this fairly quickly after it, and then you're just blasting down here. The 4DT is interesting, he didn't go into 6th gear, I heard, between here and the corner down here. Brake again, brake here, try and control it. I actually controlled it under braking there, which I'm very pleased about. I broke very early, braked very early. Taking it very slowly. This is a corner that is sort of rivaling Arnage in terms of its slowness on this layout here. Modern day, of course, it's a lot faster. Just because it isn't a hairpin, it's more of a 90-degree corner. But when they put in roundabouts, you kind of have to adapt it to that. Coming down here again, we've got a golf course on our right-hand side. Don't know if it was there at the time, in 1967. Further down here, we should also have some sort of horse racing circuits. Down here, like a hippodrome, as they call it. Right. Through here into Indy, which has a lot of banking going on here. I don't know if they put in that banking originally to help the race cars. Anyway, the real public road diverts to the left here, and this is now a permanent part of a race circuit. It's certainly close to the public. I mean, you can't race on that 200-metre stretch of tarmac, but it's not used by the public road anymore. But they do rather interestingly maintain the road markings in order to maintain its authenticity, or, you know, fool us fans into thinking that it's all public road. Depending on your viewpoints, you can say both things. I would just say they're doing it to preserve authenticity. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, I was pooing myself there. I mean, it is a shame that they don't do this anymore because it has such a different character than modern day Le Mans. It really does. I mean, it's very stupidly dangerous, but it's so different in its character. Oh, we've got a yellow flag out. Don't know why. I should probably lift off of that, shouldn't I? Oh, I think they disappeared, so we're good. We're still going. Still going. Coming up here into Dunlop. I believe this was public road at the time. I know it was in 1956. There's a fantastic onboard video from one of the D-Type Jaguars by Mike Hawthorne. It's on YouTube, look it up, it's fantastic. An onboard view from a practice session where they're doing on-track testing while the traffic is out and about, where there are cyclists, there are other things. I mean, this was how they went motor racing. I mean, obviously they didn't go race, I think in the Mill go with people on the road. But actually they did, that's how Le Mans started. It was done when it was banned. They used to have like road races, like from Le Mans to Paris, I believe, and from Paris to Barcelona, I believe was another one. They just did races, they just turned up and went, yeah, alright, go racing, and then apparently lots of people died, so they decided that's no good. So they came up with the idea of having a 24-hour race at Le Mans on the public road as an alternative to that when it was banned. What a brilliant idea! That is absolutely fantastic. And I really hope they keep the circuit mostly permanent. There has been some changes also in the Mulsanne. They put in some roundabouts at some point, so the public road traffic is actually diverted off the Mulsanne at a couple of points. Sort of like the chicanes, but it's sort of near them, but they don't use the chicanes, they're just blocked off for road use. But they do divert traffic off into a roundabout and then back on, and then they bring traffic over But they do maintain the road markings on that stretch of road, which I think is very weird. But again, it's to preserve the authenticity and just, well, presumably just to keep the Mulsanne from looking very odd indeed. Coming down here, there's now, as I said, a roundabout here. Then we just sort of chuck it over here. You come out here now, apparently a bus got stuck over there in the gravel during the week. I think that was on Wednesday. One of the local buses, not one of the tourist buses. It's just those things that happen. It's brilliant. Honey, that is our distance marker? Surely it's not. That's probably telling us how far we got to the... No, I don't know. I don't know what that means, a 9. We had a 5, then we had a 9. Don't know what it means. Oh dear, Jesus, this... I keep forgetting that this is a right-hand drive car, so I'm trying to take a good line, and it turns out I just put the tyres into the gravel. Come around here. This is going better than I thought. I don't know if it's because I just lowered my engine output by 100 horses, or if it's because I'm running wider tyres and lower pressures. But I would like to think that it's my driving skills, as we have already seen in the video today. They are brilliant. Oh, I think I realise what it is, those markers. That says 11 kilometres. Then there should be one here soon that says 11.5 kilometres. There we go. Don't know why the 5 is so big. Surely it's the 11 you should focus on anyway. So that's 11.5 kilometres, 12 kilometres. This is just such a wild section. I mean, you're doing this at 150 miles an hour. You're coming through there. The car really wants to skid out. It's absolutely fantastic. I really understand why people came here to race at the time. It's just spectacular. There's no other... I can't imagine another thrill like this. I just can't. I mean, I'm doing this in a video game and I'm thoroughly entertained. But doing this in real life? Oh, that must have been exciting. Modern day racing cannot in any way replicate this. It just can't. We are just simply not worthy of it. We just can't. We can't be allowed to do it these days. We care too much about our own... I've gone off here. I've killed myself. I've really probably killed myself there. So... While this hasn't gone as well as I hoped, certainly, I hope this has helped you a little bit in recovering from Le Mans. Where are we? Right. I'm not supposed to be here, I think, but I am. So, sod it, we're going exploring. We've got a levitating house. Oh yeah, we're going through Le Mans. Hello, Le Mans Village. La Village. I'm not... Get sod off, mate. Where's this taking me? This is rallying now. This is very exciting. I've got loads of damage on the rear end of the car. But this is rallying now. Into third. Don't know why they're giving me a yellow and black flag. I'm not on the circuit. I'm very nearly losing control. I'm going to crash into a building. Don't think there's any collision here. Where are we? Oh, I crashed a lot there. Oh, we're at where the fortune canes would be now. Yeah, we are. Ah, that's nice. So, presumably, what we have here... I mean, I've already cooked this up thoroughly, haven't I? So, what we're seeing here, to our left-hand side, should be where the Bugatti circuit is. Hello. Hello, I killed that little girl. But anyway, I hope this has helped you get through your Le Mans depression. Goodbye for now. I'm going to do many more laps of this. This is brilliant.